Now the tulip chair has a base that is kind of like a cone, but you can also approach it like a cylinder. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to draw like an upside down T. So it's a horizontal line and a vertical guideline. Then I'm going to do a parallel line to that initial horizontal line so that I can use it as almost like my seat. I'm going to draw almost like a cylinder, and the bottom of it, I'm going to go ahead and draw the base of the tulip chair. So I'm going to use the center guideline and the horizontal guideline and the vertical guideline to help keep that oval pretty symmetrical. So that's what the goal is when you're drawing this horizontal and vertical guideline. And then that way it helps you smooth out the oval, and then it keeps that vertical line straight up and down, so it's not, lopsided or asymmetrical or wonky. It seems like it's not going to hold up the seat. So now I'm going to offset that line and then flare out the top. So in this respect, it's kind of like the cone. So this is a cone slash cylinder form. So I'm going to look at now my drawing reference and look at how the back of the seat will go up. So it's very important when you are starting to sketch to go ahead and look at reference images so that you're always looking at not only the positive space, which is the shape and how that shape takes up the space. You're also looking at the negative shape, which is the void or the silhouette that shape creates. Because the more closely you observe the negative space, the more accurate the form actually is. Because it's going to be, the proportions will be better if you look at the negative space, not only the positive space. So I have the lip and the other side. So I'm going to use my initial first line to kind of give it a perspective line so I can mimic that shape or where the arms will be. And then I'm going to go ahead again, use my line to look at the back and the height, overall height of it. And it kind of swoops down, and I'm looking to see the back, this form. Again, I do really short sketch lines until I like the form, and then I darken it. So later on, whenever you add all that line technique and start shading it, all these sketch lines go away. And it doesn't matter to me if it's still there, because again, we're working on these drawings in terms of, getting the overall form. These are not fine art pieces. These are sketches, right? So it's okay to be loose with your approach to sketching. Now, if this was going to be used in your final piece for your, presentation, then yeah, you might want to clean it up. But right now, we're just practicing the forms, getting to know these forms, so that when you draw them again, you're going to be an old hand at this because you've drawn it before. Now I'm using some hatching. The hatching helps me kind of starts to give the illusion of form. I'm going to look at the back and see, okay, where is it darker? I'm going to go ahead and give my seat some hatching lines. Go ahead and have that seat edge and underneath the seat a little bit darker, so there's like a little shadow underneath that cushion. So again, it gives it some volume there. Go ahead and darken that line now that you like it. Here is some more value. Again, hatching so that it looks like it's starting to be more three-dimensional. Because if you just leave it as a white line, it's pretty flat. All right, so right now I'm just kind of indicating where a little bit of value will be so that it's just not one empty void. So again, these are hatch lines. I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom. I'm going to expand that. I'm going to harden the line for my oval And again, you can kind of see the construction lines that I had used to keep things level. I'll darken this other end. Darken the cone shape that I have here. Darken it on the other side. Start to give it some more shadows. Now I'm going to use the paper stump to kind of move things around. The paper stump is really helpful for things that are light already. So that means you're just taking the pencil marks that you already had and you're kind of moving it around. So that way you don't have to sit there and try to use some hatching or line technique to get that value 1 or 2. It's already, you're just moving some pencil lines and it's there already. And that's why I like the paper stump for kind of quick sketches, so that you can kind of show that you have some value, but you don't have to take the time to sit there, like in fine art when you have to be very, very precise of where your shadows are. But this is just an overall quick sketch. Then you're going to take your eraser, clean it if you have to, and then kind of define those edges a little bit more so you can get the value level 1. And you want to make sure you're having that range of value, and that just helps you out a little bit more. And again, there are better tools than this office pencil or eraser, but this is just for the beginner. If you have the budget, you can definitely use like more of a pencil eraser or a micron eraser, and then that way you can get your values. Okay, you can come back with a pencil and kind of define the edges a little bit more. So there you have it. This is the classic tulip chair.